One of my hobbies is buying tropical fruit at the store or online and trying to grow the plants out of their seeds. What I have here is, I think those black ones are star apple, something like that. I don't know the exact name. And this big one is from a lucuma from Peru. And normally when I buy the fruit, what you have to watch out for is, if you want to use the seeds, is clean them off thoroughly. So you don't want to have any residue on it because that might just start to mold or catch mold when you put it into the soil. And you can see it's still wet. So I've been keeping them in lukewarm water for like 2 or 3 days, which is perfectly to just hydrate the seed. And then you can still see if there's any residue on it and just plug it off. So what I normally do is I take a container like this and I have my potting soil. Not a lot of nutrients in there quite yet, although the plants will need nutrients pretty quickly once they sprout. So what I do is I mix a lot of perlite in there. As you can see, it's at least a third perlite. Sometimes I go above that, like even up to like 50% perlite, because normally if you don't use like a well-draining soil that aerates the roots pretty good, then the plants just die off pretty quickly. So I normally fill it up like this, about, yeah, leave just 2 or 3 centimeters on the top. And since the succession rate is not that high with some of them, and some really grow really nice, and I have like almost 90-95% succession rate for them to germinate us. But I just take a few seeds and put them into one container. About 4 is max for this, because I can always separate them later, because most of those fruits just get one strong root first, which is perfect to separate them later. Normally I top it off with a bit of soil, and what you can do now is just add a layer of perlite on top just to prevent fungal gnats or something like that, which I will probably do because you have to keep them inside, right? Because the temperatures have to be up at least 20-25 degrees Celsius is a minimum, or 20 is a minimum. 25 would be perfect, more like 28. A lot of sunlight or a lot of like light from LEDs or something like that. And some of them just take forever. So I have some plants that take up to 4 weeks, some that sprout after a week, and some after 8 weeks. So it's really necessary that you get good aeration in the soil.